From right to left, an IMI, Israeli Military Industries Jericho 941FS, the compact, the full size, and for good measure, my CZ75B, single action only. CZ and CZ clone single action pistols, this time on gun physics. Prior to the Israeli weapons industry, the private concern, we did have the Israeli Military Industries, publicly owned military supplier of firearms. This one, the compact, this one is the full size. Only a few differences really between the two. First, we have, well, a couple of differences. You got the sights are a little bit different in the rear, and they're pretty much the same profile in this dimension, but not in that dimension. These are slightly different. And the front sights are pretty much exactly the same. The rest of it is so similar, except for the fact that you got, what, 3/4 of an inch of barrel more? So the full size has about 3/4 of an inch of extra barrel. The rest of it, pretty much exactly the same. These two are both single action only. And this one is using a CZ75B modified magazine with a metal base plate. This one is running a CZ75 by Mekgar, 17 round with the plastic base plate. And the triggers, oh, check this trigger out, the single action. Oh, this single action. Oh, so nice. Well, this one, standard CZ concept where you have the frame outside and the slide inside. These are metal sights, by the way. Nice metal sights with a big flat shelf for those tactical people who really need to use the edge of a table or something like that to charge this firearm. Safety looks like that. This is the compact version. It does have an extra pin. See that extra pin right there? This does not have the extra pin. That extra pin keeps the trigger from going fully forward, so it only comes back that far. Without that pin, it does go all the way forward, and there's a whole lot of take-up, a whole lot of slack before you hit that wall to pull the trigger. And the best thing about these things is the trigger. I mean, it is really good. Firearms are pretty seriously accurate. Here's the safety. This one is a pretty solid on-off safety for the FS. This one, this particular version, it's hold on. This one, you can actually like put it half safe and full safe, which doesn't seem to be the best. Should be like there and there, there and there, but I can kind of get it halfway, which not the greatest. But this, check this thing out. Here's the trigger. Long take up, long take up, long take up. Safety off. Oh, thing's like 4 pounds. It's really nice. Very nice. And this one very similar. The compact, the FS. About 4 pounds also. Really nice. Excellent, excellent triggers. Really accurate firearms. And you take them down in exactly the same way as a CZ. See those two holes right there? Line them up. And then what you're supposed to do is push really hard on the... there it is. On that takedown pin. And whole thing comes apart. Standard recoil spring, guide rod, and barrel removal, and then you put it all back together. The profile on these things is really cool. I really like how they look. Very unique. Look at that. Look at that thing. Oh, so nice. Beautiful. And made by Israel. And if you like Israel and the fact that they build an Iron Dome to protect their people with rockets, then yeah, I definitely appreciate this one. This is the one I'm keeping. This is the one going to a friend of mine. Tested them both out. This FS, the compact, does have extra little holes in it. This one came with, where is that thing? Came with a little plastic trigger guard thingy, which looks like it was for your finger. Kind of an extra bit of a shelf so that your finger can rest on it a little bit more. But these extra holes, they are threaded. You can hang something off there. It may have been, from what I've read, some kind of laser or light or something like that hung off this because it doesn't have a rail. Those are threaded holes. And then this hole right here to locate everything and put it in the proper position. These are pretty spectacular. Really like them quite a bit. And the magazine availability is pretty good. The magazines on these two are both interchangeable. They do both run. These two came both from the MazinCrate.com and came with a magazine. The magazine came with this one. Well, it's pretty bad. It doesn't lock the slide back on this one, and does lock the slide back, but on the body of the magazine for this one, or sorry, not on the body of the magazine, the body of the follower. So this is a little bit different from this one internally. They do seem to be made at a bit of a different year. Maybe I should look into that, but I can't really find a whole lot of records for the Jerichos from the military. Beautiful things though. And then this one, the thing that inspired us to pick up these guns is this one. I mean, check this thing out. The CZ75B SA for single action. And, well, safety, huge safety, dual-sided safety, so strong side and weak side. My son's a lefty, so it'll work well for him. And even when it's down, it doesn't interfere with the trigger. And here you go. This one does have a little tiny bit of take-up, but then some creep because you have to pull the passive firing pin safety has to be pulled out of the way. But here it is. You that way you can see it. Here you go. A little bit of creep right there. Can't feel it at all when you're pulling it actually when you're shooting. Oh, really? And then reset right there. The spring reset to reset this trigger, nowhere near as strong as the other two, but that does reduce the pull weight. This one's probably 6 or 7 pounds. Definitely more weight on this one, which of course can be improved. Lots of companies and individuals will do a better trigger job for you, but this best shooting firearm I have, really nice, perfect ergonomics. I mean, this thing just slides into your hand perfectly. Got a review on this one. I've got some magazine ideas for the other two, for the two Jerichos. This thing is it's spectacular. Love it. And the shape. Check out the shape difference. Now this one, the Jericho seems to be like, get your whole hand in there, and then the rest of that thing, the rest of your hand fits down here. My hand fits it pretty well, but it kind of wraps around a little bit too much in here. The meat of my palm is wrapped a little too much. And you can see the difference in shape. You can see, look at that. Significant difference in shape there. The much preferable one in my hand and the hand of a couple of my friends is this one, the CZ75. Oh, it is really nice. Excellent, excellent. So this is my CZ, well, it's the CZ copy, right? 10 Foglio, Italy, Jericho 941F, Jericho 941FS, the compact version N, my CZ75B SA. Beautiful single action firearms. Highly recommend them, especially the Israeli ones, because they're cool.
Hey, thanks for watching Gun Physics. Your thumbs up really helps a lot in the ratings, so thanks for that too. And I've got new videos coming out most Tuesdays. Subscribe for more.